Hello everyone. Today we are going to teach, or we are going to talk about the quadratic equations. The quadratic equations are equations of this form: ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, whereby a, b, and c are constants. Example: 6x squared plus 11x plus 4 equals to 0. There are several methods useful for solving quadratic equations. The following are some of them: by general quadratic formula, by factorization, by completing the square. Starting with by general quadratic formula. By using general quadratic formula, which is x equals to negative b plus or minus under root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. The meaning or the logic of this video is to teach you about how to derive this formula of quadratic equation. Given from the quadratic form, which is given that quadratic form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. There are several steps that are useful for solving or for derivation of this formula, which is the general quadratic formula. First step is to divide this original form by constant a, which is what? Step 1. Divide by a throughout, which is x squared a plus bx plus c equals to 0. Divide by a, divide by a, divide by a, divide by a. That we have x squared plus bx over a plus c over a equals to 0 over a, which is 0. X squared plus bx over a plus c over a equals to what? 0 over a. 0 over a equals to 0. Continue with another step, which is step 2. Subtract c over a from both sides. That we have x squared plus bx over a. When you minus c over a this side, it cancelled. Then we get negative 0 minus c over a. You get c, negative c over a. Step 3. Step 3. Add a certain number to both sides. both sides of the equations. That is x squared plus bx over a plus certain number equals to negative c over a plus certain number. Come to step 4, that we make left hand side of our equation a perfect square. Make left hand side a perfect square. But condition for perfect square is b square equals to 4ac, meaning that the certain number that we add, we say in step 3 is what? Is b square, b over 2a square. That we get what? We get x squared plus bx over a plus b over 2a squared as a certain number, which equals to negative c over a plus b over 2a, b over what? B over 2a squared. Going to step 6, which is to step 5. Step 5. Simplify. Step 5. Simplify. Simplify. Step 5 is to factorize. Factorizing the left hand side, which is we have to make this a perfect square. It means bx over a perish out, that we have x plus b over 2a, all of these squared, equals to b squared over 4a squared. From this b over 2a out of squared, this squared come to b and come to what? To 2a, which is equal to 4a squared, minus what? Minus this term c over a. From there we come to step 6. Step 6, which is to simplify the right hand side, this side, left hand side and the right hand side. To simplify the right hand side, simplify the what? The right hand side of our what? The right hand side of our equation. In left hand side we remain with this one, which is x plus b over 2a squared equals to, when we simplify this, we have to find the LCM for this and this, that we have 4a squared and a. Our LCM is what? Is 4a squared. 4a divided by 4a squared, 1 times b squared, minus 4a divided by a is 4a, times c is 4ac. We finish step 6. We come to step number 7. step 7, which is taking the square root for both sides. Taking the what? The square root from for both sides. From step 6, when we take square root, we get x plus b over 2a squared, left hand side, undergo square root equals to b square minus 4ac over 4a squared root also, since it is for both sides. Coming to step number 6. This is step number 7. In which it is continuing with step number 7. We have b squared equals to how much? Step number 6 continuation of step number 7. We have x plus b squared over 2a squared in under root. This one cancel with this one, then we get what? We get x plus b over 2a bracket equals to, when this undergoes square root, when you apply square root to this, square root of 4a squared is what? Is 4a. Then square root remain only in what? In numerator, b squared minus 4ac over 2a. It means this denominator become out of what? Out of square root, since it already undergoes square root. In front of this there is what? Plus or minus, since square root of square of number is what? Is positive or negative certain number. Continuing with step number 8. Step 8. Step 8, which is what? Subtract this one. To subtract this one, it comes from, you subtract this both sides so as to, it comes to right hand side, then subtract it from left hand side so it comes to right hand side. We subtract this term b over 2a so as to remain with x in left hand side of our equation, since it is the variable we need to know. It means that we subtract b over 2a from both sides. That is, we become with x plus b over 2a minus b over 2a equals to negative b over 2a plus or minus under root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This becomes 0. It means we remain with x equals to negative b over 2a plus or minus under root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. In this form, we have to find the LCM of this term and this term so as to get our general formula as it seems before. Means we need to make this x equals to negative b plus or minus under root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. In this, we approach the formula, but we have to make it in a right appearance of the formula. We have to find the LCM of the formula, which is x equals to LCM of this one and this one is 2a. 2a divided by 2a is 1. 1 times negative 1. Negative b is negative b plus or minus 2a divided by 2a is 1. 1 times under root of b squared minus 4ac is under root of b squared minus 4ac. To this point, to this in step 8, our formula, it is ready. So we already derived it. It is the same with the first one that we have to derive. It means x equals to negative b plus or minus under root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, which is this one. This is what we call quadratic formula for finding quadratic formula for finding the roots or solution of a quadratic equation, whereby a in this formula, a, b, and c are constants, which are given from the question. It means that, for example, we have this question. We have the question that x squared, we have x squared, we have 6x squared plus 11x plus 4 equals to 0. Then our a is 6, since we have a form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. By comparison, we need to see that a equals to how much? A equals to 6, b equals to 11, b equals to 11, and c equals to 4. So to get the value of x, you have to substitute. We have to substitute a. You have to substitute a, b, and c to the formula as like this. B equals to 6. It means our formula states that x equals to negative b plus or minus under root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. As we derive, then you have to substitute to the formula so as to get the answer or the solutions or the roots for this question, which is negative b is equals to negative 6 plus or minus under root of b squared, b 11 squared minus 4. Our a is 6, our c is 4 over 2. Our a is how much? Is 6. So when you solve this, you get the solutions of our question. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, to share, and to like this video to other people.